In the Loud House, the family ducks, dodges, pushes, and shoves to show their love. But the staff of the show is much more subtle and slightly less violent when it comes to showing love. They do it by sneaking in references to some of their favorite things, like TV shows, bands, and even comics. Hi, I'm Hayley with Channel Frederator, and today we're here to point out some of the awesome references we found in the Loud House. Check it out! Rock and roll nods. It's no secret that Luna Loud is a fan of rock and roll music. What you may not have realized, though, is that over the course of the show, Luna has subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, been dropping actual rock and roll lyrics in addition to band references. The Foo Fighters, Aerosmith, the Beatles, and many more. Two of our favorites were when she channeled her inner Steven Tyler and told Lily to walk this way in Changing the Baby. Or when she calmed down Lincoln in Project Loud House with a little bit of advice from Bob Marley and told him every little thing is gonna be alright. In the Season 1 episode, For Bros About to Rock, Luna, Lincoln, and Clyde go see Lincoln's favorite band, Smooch. In case the name itself wasn't a dead giveaway, the long black hair and face makeup should help point out how Smooch is a nod to one of the most iconic rock bands of all time, Kiss. The episode's title itself, For Bros About to Rock, is a pun on the AC/DC song, For Those About to Rock. And the security guard at the mall even says the song title at one point in the episode. Luna also mentions this song title in the episode No Guts, No Glory, as well as in Serial Offender, where she instead says, For those about to shop. So, which Luna line is your favorite? Let us know. And for those about to rewatch every episode to find each lyrical line, we salute you. Nickelodeon senior citizens. Die-hard Nickelodeon fans spotted this one the second the episode aired. Early on in the episode Link or Swim, the Loud family is swimming at their local community pool when a handful of well-known Nickelodeon elders make an appearance during senior citizen swim time. We see Lou Pickles from Rugrats, Grandpa Phil from Hey Arnold, Miss Bitters from Invader Zim, Uncle Iroh from Avatar The Last Airbender, and of course, Miss Fowl from Jimmy Neutron. It's lovely to see Loud House pay homage to some of the Nicktoon greats that came before it. And I like to imagine that there's some place in Royal Woods, Michigan named Old Toon Acres, Nickelodeon's home for retired seniors, where all the older characters are living together and playing bingo or something. Now that's a show I can get behind. Peanuts. It's well known that Chris Savino, the creator of The Loud House, is an avid fan of Charles M. Schulz's famous group of comic kids, the Peanuts. There are so many Peanuts references sprinkled throughout The Loud House that we could easily make a video just based on those references alone. It's hard to pick just one, but the Peanuts reference in The Loudest Yard is one of our favorites. There's nothing more iconic to Peanuts than the football gag. If you've somehow never seen it, Lucy holds a football for Charlie to kick, Charlie runs full speed to kick the ball, Lucy pulls the ball, and Charlie falls flat on his back. It's a classic scene, so you can imagine what a delight it was to see the Loud siblings recreate the famous kick in The Loudest Yard. And of course, Lucy Loud plays the role of Lucy Van Pelt. It's just too perfect. Golden Judges. It might have gone over the head of some younger fans, but older fans definitely might have noticed the elderly characters Dorothy and Sophia making a cameo as judges in L is for Love. For those of you who don't know, Dorothy and Sophia were two characters on The Golden Girls. You know, the show that Betty White was on. Golden Girls was a massively popular sitcom that ran in the late 80s and early 90s on NBC. The show centered around four older single women living together in a house in Miami, and it often finds itself on many top sitcoms of all time lists, as well as being rerun on several channels. Well, now we have a Nickelodeon show about 10 kids living together in a house in Michigan referencing it. SpongeBob. If you've ever watched Nickelodeon, you know by now that The Loud House and SpongeBob SquarePants are two of the biggest shows on the network right now. SpongeBob has been on Nickelodeon for 18 years, and The Loud House is the new kid on the block. So it should come as no surprise that Loud House has paid its respects to the residents of Bikini Bottom multiple times. In the Loud House episode, Left in the Dark, during a flashback early in the episode, when the Loud siblings fight over the remote, we can briefly see everyone's favorite sponge and starfish on the television for a quick second. Another subtle SpongeBob nod can be seen in Making the Grade. If you haven't caught it already, in Lisa's kindergarten classroom, there's a poster that just so happens to have a sponge, starfish, squid, and crab on it. Guess they're definite fans of those undersea pals. Loud House staff. Cartoon versions of the Loud House staff themselves have appeared in the background of a couple episodes. While Lincoln and Clyde are waiting in line in the episode For Bros About to Rock, we see a bunch of other people waiting too. And those people are actually caricatures of Loud House crew members. Writers, producers, storyboard artists, and even Chris Savino can be seen in line. They also appear as members of the crowd watching football in the loudest yard. So the Loud House crew members could watch the cartoon versions of themselves watching a game of football. That's some next level meta animation. Dennis the Menace. In the episodes Changing the Baby and Two Boys and a Baby, Lincoln and Clyde take Lily to Ketchum Park, a park that any Dennis the Menace fans would surely love. That's because the park's name is a nod to Hank Ketchum, the creator of Dennis the Menace. That's two massively famous comic strips that Loud House has referenced, and I'm sure there's more to come. Keep an eye out for an episode where Cliff enjoys a hearty bowl of lasagna. Punny episode titles. The episode titles are almost often puns and parodies of other famous works. For example, there's Two Boys and a Baby, a parody of the 1987 film Three Men and a Baby. One Flew Over the Loud House, a parody of the novel, play, and 1975 film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Dance Dance Resolution, based on the popular Konami game Dance Dance Revolution, and Chore and Peace, a reference of Leo Tolstoy's novel War and Peace. Even if you don't like any of these properties, you can still appreciate the greatness that is the writer's puntastic humor. Leroy Jenkins. It's one of the oldest and most famous videos on YouTube. So at some point in your life, you've probably stumbled upon the internet treasure that is Leroy Jenkins. If you haven't, it's a must-watch video. It features a group of players discussing a detailed battle strategy in the game World of Warcraft, which is ruined almost instantly when Leroy immediately charges headfirst into battle, shouting his own name as a battle cry. In the episode, Spell It Out, Rusty Spokes channels his inner Leroy Jenkins when he charges into battle, screaming his own name, while playing a game that looks remarkably similar to World of Warcraft with Lincoln and Clyde. Just like Leroy, Rusty is doomed almost immediately. But he helped the legend of Leroy live on, so at least he's got that going for him. Itself. You know a show is a big deal when it can reference itself. And that's exactly what the Loud House does. Kind of. Lincoln's stuffed bunny, Bun Bun, is based on Lincoln's original design. That may sound confusing, but in an interview with the Nick Animation Podcast, Chris Savino revealed that the Loud House was originally a show about bunny rabbits and not humans. That's why Bun Bun wears a polo, because that's how Lincoln used to look. In another episode, Party Down, Lynn Sr. and Rita stop by Laurie's party. And for a brief moment, they place lampshades over their heads, which covers their faces. This is a reference to season 1 of the show, when neither of their faces were shown all season. Don't you just love it when a show can poke fun at itself? Once again, I'm Hayley, and thanks for watching Loud House References. Are there any other references that you think should have made the cut? Let us know in the comments below. We have videos dropping every day, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Remember to click the bell icon to become part of the notification squad. As always, Frederator loves you!